I believe that compassion is the medicine that will heal the world, or that is healing the world, depending on where you are in your development. I believe compassion, healers, helpers, light warriors, freedom seekers, you know who you are. If you are on this page today watching this video, if you felt compelled to watch this video, I know you are a helper. I know that you're a light warrior. I know that you're someone that is seeking for healing because you want to participate in healing the world. Now today I want to talk to you about probably the most potent energy that there is in this universe, and is the energy of compassion. I've been studying lately in Agape University. If you don't know what Agape University is, I urge you to go check it out. Reverend Michael, that collaborates with Rythmia, Life Advancement Center, has a spiritual center in the United States called Agape. And I've been studying from in their classes, and I've been reading lots of books. And out of the 10, 15 books I've been reading in the last 3-4 months, a lot of these beautiful metaphysical books are referring to compassion. And funny enough, and if you're a helper, you're a teacher, you're also a student, you're a freedom seeker, you're a light warrior, you are someone seeking for healing, you know that we come to learn first, in the first plane, we come to learn what we want to teach. So I've been encountering the word compassion everywhere. And sure enough, life has given me plenty of opportunities to be compassionate, not only towards others, but towards myself, which is an interesting thing, because in my life, I know I could be keen to practice compassion to everyone. And then I forget myself. I forget that it all starts with self. Because just like that Buddhist student, when he asked his teacher, how should I treat others? And the teacher looked at his student and said, there are no others. Just like that, we understand that there's only one of us here. And if we don't have compassion towards ourselves, it's very hard to have compassion towards others. So before I continue to speak, those of you that don't know me, my name is Paola Castro, and I am here in Costa Rica doing this beautiful Facebook Live called We Are the Miracle. And when I participate in this Facebook Live, when I'm the facilitator of this Facebook Lives, I always think to myself, what can be the message that, or what can be a perspective that can bring us to the awareness that we are the miracle, that we are alive in this life, and it is a miracle. I don't know if some of you that are watching in a moment, I'm going to go check who's watching, have been at Rythmia, or have participated in other healing modalities. But time and time again, people come to me, and after they've done their healing, and they say, I got my miracle, Paola. I got my miracle. And I always ask, what happened? And they say, well, my perception shifted. I see now. I see clearly. So one of the ways that we can shift our perception is by talking about the power of compassion, and that's what we're doing today. But before I continue, I want to check who is online right now. For whatever reason, where I'm recording right now, I cannot see who is online. So I'm going to jump in the Rythmia page here, and I'm just going to check. If you're online, say hi, say where you're from so I can give you a shout out. And I'm just pulling here. Well, that happens. Today we're talking about the power of compassion. I believe compassion is the medicine that is healing the world and will continue to heal the world. Now, when you hear the world, some of you might think like, oh my God, like this sounds like such a big thing, Paola. Haven't you watched the news? Haven't you watched what's going on? It's huge. It's big. There's so much happening right now. It's a big task. I don't even feel good with myself. How are you talking about healing the world? Well, before I said, there's only one of us here. Just like that Buddhist teacher said to his student when he asked, how should I treat others? And the teacher said, there are no others. So when you're doing this with yourself, when we're engaging in the vibration and the energy of compassion, which in a minute I'm going to tell you what's not compassion, what is compassion, and also the importance of having healthy boundaries, which, by the way, 2 weeks ago, I did a video on healthy boundaries. If you haven't watched it, I urge you to go to the video library on the Rythmia page and watch it. So let's see if it opened. Just 1 second. Oh yeah, there it is. Let me see. I'm just doing a little. Okay. All right. I hope this works. Okay. So if you guys can hear me, if you can, if you're watching, it's time to say hello. Okay, so let me see who's here. Oh, hello, Andy. Hi, Dan. Andy says we came here to learn what we want to teach. Oh my God. I know that many of you, you're a teacher, even though you don't want to accept it. a lot of us came with the mission in this world to spread this word, to be the light in whatever fashion you want to do it. It could be that you're an artist, that you are a musician, that you are a painter, that you're a poet, that you're a teacher, that you're an elementary teacher, that you are a lawyer, that you are, let's see, I'm thinking about all the professions. It doesn't matter how it comes through. But if you are compelled to watch a video like this, it's probably because there's something in you that want to share with the world your light. And the universe, God, whatever you call it, says, okay, you want to teach that. I'm going to show you many ways to practice. So thank you, Andy. Hi, Nadine. Hi, Lauren. Yeah, come to Rythmia. Oh my God, it's... I got no words, but it's amazing if I try to explain it. But amazing, it's a good word. Tammy, hi from Vancouver. Belinda, Mila from Germany. David from Washington, Seattle. I was remembering today, David, that I lived in Spokane when I was about 16 years ago, 17 years ago. That's where I learned how to speak English. That was a great experience. Hi, Edgar. Hi, Janet from Sonoma. Hi, Heather from New York. Much love to you. Melinda. Hi, Laura from Washington, or Laura. Nadine, London. Wow, Christine, California. So many people. Colorado, UK, Susanna. All right, Blue Mountains, Ontario. Hi, Timmy, Caroline, Jay, Nadine. Awesome. All right. Thank you, Phoebe. Thank you. All right. Hi, Nadine. All right. So, compassion. So, let me go back here. What is compassion and what compassion is not? So, let's start what compassion is not. Compassion is not pity. Compassion is not violating your own boundaries because I feel bad for the other. Compassion is not that you feel better than anybody or less than, or that you want to feel less than so that they don't feel uncomfortable in your own power. Compassion doesn't stem from an energy of lack or energy of fear or energy of guilt, an energy of guilt. And listen to this, and I've been talking about guilt in the last couple of days a lot. Not only because it's coming big time into my life, but because it's coming to the life of my beautiful clients. And a lot of times we do things because we feel guilty. Oh, I just feel so guilty. And so we engage in these acts of compassion when in reality it's not compassion because we're being moved by guilt. Now, compassion is moved by love. And true compassion, like our sister Brené Brown said, compassion is very authentic when it comes from someone that has very healthy boundaries. Now, I'm not going to talk about boundaries because 2 weeks ago I talked about boundaries. Watch that video. But so I'm assuming right now we are knowing that in order to engage in the energy of compassion, we need to feel grounded in our own truths. So we need to take care of the basics. What are the basics? Healthy boundaries. What are the basics that you are taking care of? That you feel that your needs are met. Meaning you feel your feet planted in the ground literally and emotionally and spiritually. You're here, right now. And also you are connecting to the ethers. You're connected. So you have these two energies. One going to the universe, just for a lack of a better word, because we have this linear way of seeing things above and below and space and time. This is an illusion, as some of you may know, but I'm not going to get into it. But just to explain it, to be clear, so we're grounded on Mother Earth, we're connected, our needs are met, and now I am aware that I start with self. Compassion with self, what does that mean? It means that we understand we're having a human experience. It means that we understand that as long as we're in a human experience, some days we're going to feel expanded and amazing and on top of the world. And some other days, life is bringing a season to an end. Some other days you feel like you just want to go into your little cocoon and you feel less energetic and you don't judge yourself. So I'm talking about self-compassion, and I'm going to move into compassion for the others. So we respect and honor this experience. I don't know if you believe this, but we are spiritual beings having a human we're spiritual beings having a human experience. And so as long as we're in this third dimension, we're going to be cold, we're going to be hungry, we're going to be pissed some days, we're going to be confused on other days, we're going to be on top of the world. Sometimes we're going to feel like we got it all figured out. Sometimes we're going to feel very strong. Sometimes you're going to feel that your wings open, and some days you're going to feel like your wings are closing. But if you look at a bird flying, and I've said this in other videos, but it's just such a beautiful analogy. A bird flying is doing this. And they say that that's how the universe breathes. You inhale and you exhale. Now, time and time again, especially personal development lovers, spiritual development lovers, I'm including myself in that. I know you because I am one of you. We don't like the contraction. We don't like this. We think there's something wrong with me. I don't know, that I need to be fixed. Please fix me because this can't be happening. I do so much work. I feel like I'm going backwards. And then we lose compassion for our humanity. You guys, yes, we are spiritual beings, but we're also in a human experience. So that means ego will be feeling a bit uneasy at days. But here's the beautiful thing. We're not an ego. We're not our contraction, our expansion. We're more than that. So compassion, the true meaning of compassion, stems from spiritual maturity. Now, I'm in the process of understanding that time and time again. And how do I get to understand it? Because life brings lessons, life brings situations. My own fears are my biggest teachers. My own insecurities, they teach me every day. Now, what's the difference between me many years ago and today? I understand that it's through the power of compassion that I can befriend my fears, that I can befriend my own insecurities, my own illusion, because it's an illusion. It's an illusion that you are not powerful. It's an illusion that you're lost. It's an illusion that you're broken. It's an illusion. It's not true with a capital T. It might be true in the sense of this third dimension. You have the facts, But as you mature spiritually, what that means is that you every day do your connection to source, which, by the way, little parenthesis, you guys, yesterday in our love, I made a great video about the secret to a soulful and healthy relationship. So if you haven't watched it, go there. It's amazing. And I talk about our connection to source, how that is one of the ways that we nurture our relationships. But that was yesterday. Today, we come to an understanding that we are in this human experience. A while ago, I listened to Ram Dass. He has a movie, so he transitioned back to eternity last year, I believe. And right at the same time, they were about to release his last documentary. I can't remember the name. If you guys know the name of that documentary, please put it in the comments, because it's a great documentary. And he refers that many times he just wanted to be out there. He just wanted to connect to the ethers. He just wanted to go out there. And then one day he was talking to one of his angels. And his angel, I think it was Ezekiel, he was talking to this friend that he had, imaginary friend, or a friend from the invisible. And Ezekiel said to him, you chose to take the curriculum. You chose, in other words, you chose to come to Earth. Just take the classes. Be the student. It's wonderful that you want to go out there into the ethers, but what about if you also live the life as a human that you've chosen to live and learn the lessons? I thought that was very profound. But before I carry on, I just want to take a moment and see what you guys are talking about. So I'm going to switch windows here. All right, so let's see. Hi, Phoebe from San Diego. Hi, Brad. Is that you, Brad Wells? That is so good to see you here. We miss you, and we hope to see you soon. Yeah, Harold, come. Is Rythmia open during COVID? No, it's closed right now, but they will let you guys know if you're part of the if you're part of their mailing list. They will let you know when. But hopefully it'll be this year, and it's happening in divine timing. That's my belief. Dimitra from Greece. Oh my God, so nice. We've had people from Greece at Rythmia. Thank you for your service to others. Oh, thank you, Andy. All right, so if there's any questions, hi Melinda, please write them in the comments, or if there's any comments. I said yesterday something that I thought it was good, which is if you have a comment, or something that comes through you, please put it in the comments, because you never know who is here watching, wanting to read what you just wrote. So amazing. So let's see, just give me 1 second. All right, so compassion, let me see. All right, I'm back here. So let me read something that I read the other day. And it says, compassion is the keen awareness of the interdependence of all living things, which are all part of one another and involved in one another. That was written by Thomas Merton. Compassion is what unites us all, is that common field. Compassion. So how do I have compassion for others, Paola? You may be asking. So I've been talking for 18 minutes and I haven't talked about how to have compassion for others. Well, you begin with one of my favorite phrases that says, hurt people hurt people. That doesn't make them right. That doesn't mean that you say it's okay what they did. It doesn't mean that. But what it means is that you understand that if someone is deeply hurt, it's only normal that that's what comes out of them. Unless they are very aware, unless they have done a lot of internal work. And even still, it's really hard to give love when all you feel is pain. And I'm talking about that person in your life that is addicted. I'm talking to that person in your life that it has no control over their emotions, especially anger and rage. If there's anybody in your life that it's always angry, or if you feel a lot of anger, know that the anger, it's a cover-up for fear. But why do we go to anger? Because anger, it's a lot more empowering than being fearful. In fact, we go to anger because we feel like we need to have control over something. Because in nature, back in the day, thousands and thousands of years ago, if you were too fearful, you'll die very quickly. So what do? You fight. Now, if there's anybody in your life that you see them angry all the time, have that understanding. Oh, my friend, my brother, my spouse, they're very fearful. You don't have to say it. You just have to know it. And how do we know this? Because we understand what happens here. I cannot tell you, I have gotten my compassion mostly from my darkest nights. From my darkest nights. From the nights where I don't see the light. And because I go through that pain, because pain is such a great teacher. When I'm talking to my clients, when I'm talking in front of people, and they tell me what they're going through, I know what's going on. I might not know their story. I might have never gone through what they've gone through. But I have a lot more access to compassion. So pay attention when you're angry. Pay attention when you are not the nicest person. And bring that awareness when you see someone behaving that way. Hurt people hurt people. Now, I want to say it one more time. Do not confuse it with not having any healthy boundaries. You can love people from afar. Go to the video that I made 2 weeks ago. Watch that, because I don't want it to confuse it. But I don't want to go there because I already talked about that. I'm talking about the compassion that comes from someone that is already grounded in truth. Someone that is engaging in self-compassion, that is respecting and honoring our humanity, our mistakes, our learning process, our processes. When people go to Rythmia and they have a week, usually the first and second days, and people in the past would come to me and be like, oh my God, Paola, I don't know what's going on. And they always say, I know I have to trust the process. And I just go, just trust the process. And then by Friday, Saturday, they're like, oh my God, that was the best week of my life. I knew I had to trust the process. But of course, it's hard to trust the process when we are going through the pain. Now, as we mature spiritually, we understand that it is okay that sometimes things take time. It is okay. And it is okay if that person in your life is not there yet. We all have our different timings. Another thing that compassion gives you is the understanding that people can only give you what they have. And many times we're asking from people, from the world, to give us something they don't have. How am I going to give you $1 if I don't have $1? I can pretend I have $1. I can borrow $1 from someone else, but if I don't have $1, I can't give you $1. Sometimes we want people to be understanding, to be loving, to be respectful. But what happens if they don't even have that for themselves? How are they going to give it to you? Let's take a deep breath, just because. And integrate it. Compassion is what unifies us all. It's a deep understanding of the other as myself. We're all mirrors of each other. Very important to have healthy boundaries. I feel like I have to repeat this because it's very easy to confuse, and people will be like, oh, well, Paola talked about we're one and we're compassionate to one another, and they remain in an abusive relationship. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the compassion that happens when you're strong over here. Someone else wrote, I am like a pitcher of clay floating in the water. Water inside, water outside. Now suddenly, with the touch of the guru, the pitcher is broken. Inside, outside, all friends, all one. So I don't know if you understand the essence of this quote, but the way when I read it, the way that I understood it is talking about compassion. We're all like a pitcher of clay floating in the water. We have water inside, water outside. And then by the graceful touch of the guru, which is life, things happen. It breaks us open. And then you have two choices. You can go the route of the bitterness. I don't trust anybody. The world is a bad world. Or you can open your heart and understand that in that moment, water outside, water inside, all one, all the same thing. So you want to learn how to be a compassionate person. Be compassionate with yourself in the darkest hour. And when someone is going through something where you don't understand someone, you judge them. Because, that is the biggest enemy of compassion, judgment, separation. They should be doing things differently. They shouldn't have done that. And then we point the finger. But if we have that muscle of compassion, frequency, energy, I've called it so many ways today, just for the sake of an analogy, if that is strong in us, we become more silent. And you might not understand it, but you may say, I'm just going to choose not to give my opinion right now because I don't know. I don't know. Now that is mastery of self. And let me tell you guys, I am learning that myself. So I am telling you what I'm learning. I am teaching you what I'm learning simultaneously. And when you have those little victories where you choose compassion over judgment, when you choose to unify yourself over separating yourself, there is a certain grace that falls on you, and it's amazing. All right, you guys. So I'm going to just check very quickly who's here. Oh, my amiga. Hi, Chris. Good to see you. So I'm looking at a different audience here, but I'm just going to say hi. Hi, Ship. Hi, Helen from Denmark. Hi, Lori. Reina del Amor. I love that. Thank you. Hi, Gillo. Bom dia, boa tarde. Cheryl. Oh, la amiga. Sweet compassion. Oh, love you. Love you too. Hi, David. Hi, Katie Redford. Yes. Yes. Hi, Anna. It takes tons of self-love to be compassionate. Yes. Tons of self-love to be compassionate towards others. Now I'm just going to go to the Rythmia page and let me see if there's any comments, any questions before I say goodbye. I don't know how I'm getting to you, but I know I'll be coming. I keep thinking and feeling I'm there. Yes, Nadine. Yes, it's done. It's done. And just be in that space. It's done. You will come here in divine timing. Who's the quote by? The one about the picture or the one about the compassion? The one about the compassion is Thomas Merton, and about the picture, I'm going to look for it, and then I'm going to comment back at you. Thank you. Thank you. Natalie from Arizona. All right, Desiree, hello. You're welcome. You're welcome, Leslie. All right, you guys. So I don't see any comments. We've been talking for 30 minutes. I love you. Have a great day. I hope that you can rewatch this video. Sometimes when we watch it twice, we may catch things that we didn't catch at the beginning. Leave your comments. Give it a thumbs up to this video. Share it with your friends. And I will see you in 2 weeks. Goodbye.